All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe, this is another edition of Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan. So happy to have my wonderful guest today. And we're going to, first of all, just recognize her real quickly. Sister Audrey M. Blake, how are you today, my dear? How's it going?
I am awesome. It's just been an amazing day.
Yes, you are awesome and amazing. And am I, and so are you guys out there as well. Hey, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. Hey, we're here with Audrey, who is a powerful, powerful life coach, ladies and gentlemen, and also author and motivational speaker. We're going to talk to her today about three things, guys, today. We're going to get right to it in a minute because of time. We're going to talk to her about pursuing her doctoral. Woo! Audrey, we're so proud of you doing that. Well, we're going to talk to her about our coaching services, guys, for you guys who are interested. And also, last but not least, her authorship. She's got 2 books, guys. Whoops, on that side, 2 books there. We're going to talk about that briefly. We don't want to give away too much of the book, so we want them to buy the book, right, Audrey? So
Right, exactly.
do that. So we're going to talk about that interview today a little bit and get started with that. Hey, guys, this is Power Connections. You may say, hey, Kev, what's this all about? We bring in powerful people like Miss Blake, ladies and gentlemen, talk about what they're doing. This is a business showcase where we showcase Sister Blake and her awesomeness and her business and her services and her books and whatever else she's doing on a positive note. We bring it to you guys so you guys can share it out as well. And that's another thing, Audrey, want everybody to share this out. If you're live right now, share it out. If you're looking at this later on the network, guys, that's Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Nextdoor, Alignable, all the above, YouTube. Push this out, guys, on the network so we can get the analytics up as well. And so people can get to know who Audrey Blake is, ladies and gentlemen, as well on top of that. Well, without further ado, let's get started. You know, Audrey, one thing we always like to do with our guests, though, is there's a lot going on. A lot is going on the planet. So any opening comments you want to start off with before we get to your bio? Thank you so much.
Oh, wow. I'm just always have something to say as a life coach and as just a motivational speaker. I like to tell everybody that, you know, life is what you make it and how you take it. So the way you perceive things, powerful. Don't underestimate the power of your thoughts and your words.
That's right. That's exactly right. And guys, our goal here is to encourage you, empower you, and give you some awesome information to make your day. Keep in mind, guys, you guys are in control of your day. You literally are in control. I know a lot's going on. Of course, we can't figure out everything. We don't have to, but you are in control of how you react and how you respond to stuff today, ladies and gentlemen. So don't say the devil. Don't say the devil do it. The devil gets too much credit sometimes, says Audrey.
Right.
Keep blaming the devil for what I did. You know, I say, wait a minute, the devil didn't make me do that. So
exactly.
I'm excited about that as well. Amen. So I'm so excited about that in that area as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get ready to get started. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to get started here on the bio. Let me read Sister Blake's quick bio here, ladies and gentlemen. Audrey considers herself as a Southern lady. Oh, you Southern lady? I love it.
Oh, for sure. South Carolina.
I love it. Born in Richmond, Virginia, ladies and gentlemen, raised in the Low Country and the Midlands regions of South Carolina. I love it. Her philosophy, writing style, and motivation are highly influenced by her experience of life in the South. Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you, the whole planet has been influenced by the motivation and the influences of the South. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, also Audrey is a founder and CEO of Fly and Soar LLC. These 2 companies are First Love Yourself and Successful, organized to achieve results, ladies and gentlemen. We're created based on her passion and to help others succeed, and to have served, and she has served hundreds through seminars and speaking engagements as well around the country. She is a sought after guest speaker as well, and has appeared on numerous radio and television shows like this and bigger. I love it. She has co-hosted a weekly blog talk radio show, NBC and Columbia affiliate. I love it. She also is the author of 2 soft cover books, ladies and gentlemen, Falling in Love with Me and Me, Mutual Enhancements, and the newly released novel, Wow, Dying to Wake Up the Novel. Dying to Wake Up the Novel. I love it. She's also author of several mini books, ebooks, ladies and gentlemen, that's on the network. She's going to tell us how to get those later on. Audrey's life mission is to help others become the best version of themselves. That's right. Her motto is to make a difference and to make it happen. There you go. I like that, Sister Audrey. I love that motto. That's what we're here today, is, ladies and gentlemen, talk about today. Hey, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan, my special guest, Audrey M. Blake. Well, Audrey, let's talk about your wonderful time that you're taking to pursue your doctoral. Can you tell us just a little bit about that, if you don't mind, and why you decided to get your doctorate?
That can be a show of its own. I am pursuing my doctoral degree at Walden University. This is after probably 20 years after getting my master's of public health administration from the University of South Carolina.
We need you. We need you.
I am so passionate about my dissertation topic. I'm literally 10 hours away from becoming Dr. Blake. And I'm on chapter 2 of 5. So I had to realize, like, wow, that's where you are, even though you can see the finish line. So my dissertation is on African-American women's lived experiences with OB and GYN services. And it's in Columbia, South Carolina, and Atlanta, Georgia. And so I specifically am doing the study that will start in the next few months or so. Interviewing women. Now, the men watch them and say, well, what does that have to do with us? It has everything to do with you, because African-American women, unfortunately, are dying at almost 3 times the rate of other races after giving birth. And this really is a crisis for our community. And so there I have it. And I've been involved with Morehouse School of Medicine in their efforts to combat this disparity in health disparities, and really working with men and women to just make sure you have good preconception health, so that when you conceive these babies, they have a great chance of survival.
That's wonderful. You know, Audrey, I was just thinking, because that statistic, I just saw that statistic recently about the women that are dying around the country, of course, Black women and women around the world as well, on top of that. So if you would, though, Audrey, talk to those, because I know we need more of you. We need more people in that field, as you know, as well. And I'm sure there's some people out there that are pursuing that. I know that there's some nurses that are getting their master's degree and going back and get their doctoral to move forward in the healthcare area as well, a little deeper as well. What would you say to the man or woman who's pursuing their doctoral in healthcare today? What would you tell them today? Because we need more, because you know, the system's hurting.
Absolutely. I would encourage you highly. It is a much needed field, particularly if you're a minority, but even if you aren't minority, you are so needed. The community needs you. There's much work to be done. I mean, we in the United States, it's almost like we compare to a third world country, unfortunately, when it comes to that. And of all the industrialized nations, we do not rank as high in healthcare in that area as we think. And so, you know, our children, a nation is only as healthy as its moms and children, because they are the ones that grow up to be the future. I mean, dad's important, right? Y'all help create the baby. But I'm saying those mothers are the ones that carry that child. So it's so important. I would just say, go for it. Do not be discouraged, and just know that God will make a way.
Absolutely. Hey, Audrey, I want to reach out to the network out there, because there's healthcare professionals out there that are pursuing their masters, maybe even getting their BS degree, master's and doctoral. But if someone wanted to get in touch with you to kind of get some consultation there, a little encouragement there as well, how can they get in touch with you? These are for healthcare folks who are interested in it area. How can they get in touch with you?
Sure. So I am a professionally certified life coach as well. So that's what I do. You can just email me. I don't have a problem putting my email out in the universe. It's a business. My company is called Fly and Soar LLC. So my email is fly, F-L-Y, soar, S-O-A-R, 777. There go that completeness at gmail.com. So flysoar777@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Hey, we want all our healthcare professionals that are, I know you guys are doing a lot. A lot of you just in school. Some of y'all working. Some of y'all got families, and you're just like super women. The women are just super women, no doubt about it, to do all of that in a day. Most of us men would be dead by now, for sure, trying to do all that stuff, for sure. But guys, make sure you support your wife if she's doing that, your fiance, girlfriend that you're dating, whoever, but make sure you support her and help out as much as you can in that area, and don't let her do all of that, carrying that weight too as well. But guys, we do want you, those in healthcare, to contact just for support mainly, and also some guidance too, guys, because there's a lot going on. You know, one of the biggest things, Audrey, I've been recognizing is that there's a lot of distractions today, a lot of distractions, and it's called life. So we got to make sure, and we got to keep this headquarters, if you will. Got a good friend who calls this headquarters. We got to keep that headquarters as even and calm as possible, in order to get through a dissertation and to do your thesis and all that good stuff. So hats off to you in that area. We are so proud of you, so excited for you too as well. And can't wait to hear when you're officially there. That's coming soon. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Amen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections. We're talking to Audrey M. Blakely. She's a life coach and motivational speaker, and she's also working on her doctoral. Let's talk about coaching a little bit, Doc. Let me understand a little bit about how and why you got into the coaching field, because I know we need you on that area as well. Tell us about how you got started in that a little bit, please, as well.
It was just destiny. We all have our calling. And, Mark Twain says there are 2 days, important days in your life, right?
Yeah,
the day you were born, but most importantly, the day you discovered why.
Yeah.
And I quote that a lot because it is the reason for being. So
yes.
I always wanted to help people. I always found myself listening to people, advising them, even as a young adult, which led me to major in psychology in my undergraduate degree. And I was going to be a psychologist. And then somewhere along the line, I was like, no, not that. I ended up doing social work and lots of things, worked at different agencies in South Carolina, Ohio, and Georgia. And at some point, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to start coaching people one-on-one. I do it unofficially anyway. So it's like, and then I went and got certified because people do value people with certifications. And a lot of it was just simply the psychology stuff I already knew, but it gave a credentialing to me. And so I coach people in multiple ways. I do have one-on-one coaching session and packages available. I limit my slots because I am doing a lot. I have a day job as a project manager as well. So
exactly.
And I teach a couples class. So I do a few things. So, but when I coach the clients, I give them an undivided time and attention. And I'm passionate about helping you be the best version of your authentic self.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to speak. I'll let her tell me if I'm wrong here, ladies and gentlemen, but she's not free. Okay. Don't ask for freebie stuff. Okay. You got to get your budget out, get your wallet out, get your credit card out, folks, and respect their time as well. I don't know, Audrey, what I do sometimes, I'll give maybe 15 minutes and that's it. We'll just do an assessment, right? See which way.
Right, a complimentary session. I do a complimentary session because I want to see if to see if you are a good fit for me, and if I'm a good fit for you. And if I'm not, there may be someone I can refer you to. So I'm all about helping.
Absolutely. The goal is to make sure you get results and get to the right professional. And I'm glad you mentioned that about the certification, because that's so important, guys. I know you may be good without the certification, but the certification will put you in a business mode, guys, entrepreneur mode, so you can have that, and pretty much you can use that pretty much anywhere in the country if you get that certification in the right system. So guys, continue to do that. We're so proud of Audrey M. Blake being a coach, guys, for men and women out there as well. And we're just excited about you guys being with that, and even families.
May I add one quick thing? Try not to, but the other thing about me being a psychology undergraduate and having the background in behavioral health and social services is I'm also able to recognize when you need more than a life coach. Sometimes you'll go to a coach and they'll try to be quasi-therapist. I'm not a therapist. I know what I am and I know what I'm not. But I'm able to quickly recognize, you know what, part of your plan is to find a therapist, and you can continue to see me, and I'll make sure you keep your appointments with the therapist in other areas of your life, but I will not try to overstep my areas of expertise.
Amen. I love it. Yeah, you're right. Because as you know, legally, we can't even do that. So because people come back and say, well, you told me to do that. And next thing you know, we out of business. So we ain't gonna let that happen, that's for sure. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, all across the globe here, this is Power Connections with Kevin Vaughan with my wonderful guest today, Audrey M. Blake. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a life coach, motivational speaker, and a wonderful author. And guys, and we're excited about that, but she's also pursuing her doctorate. Guys, she's going to be a doctorate this year. So I'll say this year is going to be done for sure. It looks like I'm excited about that for her. And you guys should be as well. Hey, also too, guys, we're going to shift now into the author side of Dr. Blake. I'm going to call you Dr. Blake already, Doc.
I receive it.
Yeah, exactly. You're already a doctor. Yeah, so it's so nice to call you Dr. Blake right up front here. because it's already happened. You've already gone through 99% of the time. So you just got to finish, like you said, just finish your goal, finish your run, right? I love it.
Yes,
I
yes.
love it. Well, Audrey, let's talk about the book coming up, the two books we're going to talk about it by title, but let's talk about the history. Did your family, are they authors, or how'd you get into writing books? I always want to know why.
Well,
Let's start that.
that's a whole nother show, but I'll tell you briefly.
Yeah, tell us briefly how
So
you got into writing your own books all of a sudden. Your
I
mom
love
helped you?
writing.
Oh,
I love writing, and I have to thank my mom was a school teacher.
there you go.
Um,
Yeah.
so that was the beginning of it. But my
Uh-huh.
8th grade teacher, and I don't believe he's still on this earth, but he
Right.
made me write more than anybody else in
Oh, I
class.
love
And I
it.
really didn't like him some days.
Right.
You
Now
know?
you love them, right? You love them to
Right,
death.
but he recognized
Yeah.
something in me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I enjoy writing. It's almost like a
Yeah.
hobby for me. It's effortless
Yeah.
because you operate in your calling.
Yeah.
It becomes, you do work at your craft and try to
Yeah.
perfect your craft, but it doesn't take as much effort because it's who you were born to be.
Right.
So I love writing poems. I did plays, skits, all kinds of things, just writing. And
Right.
so one day, my first book, which is up there with the heart, I
Yeah.
published in 2007
Yeah.
because I started out programs for youth in Columbia, South Carolina, called Teen Talk.
Yeah.
When I was, and these programs are still in effect. And I
Yeah.
did role plays with the young people and decision making. And I listened, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're using the same lines on
Yeah.
these girls that they used on me back in the day. And I'm like,
Right.
somebody
Right.
needs to write a book. There's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
And so one day it was like, you know what? Because somebody was telling me something and they was describing a relationship they were in, and I helped finish the sentences. And they're like, do you know him? I said, girl, I can write the book.
Exactly.
And then I said, you know what? Why don't I?
Yep.
And so I
I
began
love
that journey.
Yeah.
And it
that's
took me
awesome.
about 5 years to write that small book because life happened along the way.
Yeah, Doc, I love it. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, is really writing your story, really what it is, what your
Yes.
experiences are and so forth as well. So the title of the book we're talking about now is Falling in Love with Me, M-E. I love it. That's powerful right there. And the M-E stands for mutual enhancement, ladies and gentlemen, but it's
Yes.
also got a two-edged sword there
It
at
does.
the same
It's
time.
always.
So guys, we want you to get the book. We're going to talk about the other book first, but we want you guys to also order the book, get that book for the family. Matter of fact, Dr. Blake, I don't know if you consider putting that into a movie or a film or theater as well.
I have been approached by some folks,
Yeah,
but
those
you
type of
have
books.
to be careful.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you got to do.
Yeah,
You got to work with the best of the best and
right.
take your time. So don't rush that, but definitely and make sure you control everything, as Tyler Perry would say.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's wonderful. So yeah, whenever you're ready, but we need people to get it on the big screen. This type of stuff needs to be on the big screen as soon as possible, in an area. I love it. That's great.
That is so prophetic. Thank you.
Yeah, we see it. Yeah, because people need this. No, they need. And unfortunately, people are not reading as much as they need to. I'll just leave it like that. And they're ready to go to the movie and see the same thing if it's played out well. So I think you'll have a great opportunity.
I'm looking at collaborating with a colleague of mine on an audio project as well, going in the studio and putting it on audio. I did it before, but I wasn't pleased with my results, so I didn't put it out yet.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got a couple of folks too, Audrey. I'll be glad to share those with you offline later on. We got a couple of people in the movie industry that actually read your script first and see if there's a potential, and they'll let you know yay or nay on it. So we'll get in touch whenever you're ready for that as well. Yeah, so
that's great.
Powerful, powerful. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections with the doctor. We're gonna put it on her, Dr. Audrey M. Blake. Don't that sound good? Sounds so good.
I can get used to it.
Yes, man, get used to it because God has put that in you, of course. And all we got to do is let the world know we got the credentials, You're already a doctor because God already put it inside you, So just got to make sure we get it legal from the world side. So it's all good. So guys, we're here with Audrey today talking about her wonderful books, guys. We're talking about her journey in her doctoral. And of course, we've been talking about her life coaching. Hey, our next book, guys, is Dying to Wake Up, the novel. Wow. I want you, don't give away the book, of course, but tell us about how that title came about. Gee whiz, just a little bit about that one. Man.
And I'm gonna tell you, if I can call you Kevin.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my bestseller. I'm claiming this one. When I wrote this book, I knew in my spirit, I was like, I would stay up late at night. I was working another job.
Wow.
Because the first book is a self-help book, and
Yeah.
I am a life coach, so I like helping people.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't want to read self-help books.
Right.
And so I wrote a novel, which I'm gonna let y'all listening in on a secret. It's a self-help book in disguise.
Right.
And I just put parts of me in it, parts of, I wasn't ready to write my autobiography yet.
Yeah.
But the book has a lot. I can say this, imagine sitting on top of the world. Life is going grand. And with just one phone call, the world's now sitting on top of you. And it just shows how in just a brief moment, your life can totally change. So I take you through this young woman's emotional journey as she encounters some life and death things. And people still come to her because she's a rock for everybody. And so they still come to her because she doesn't share what she's going through. And I feel like it will speak to the human experience. It's men and women, because I have a male character who's on his own journey as well. And probably the sequel will pick up with him.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, talking to Audrey, Dr. Audrey M. Blake, ladies and gentlemen. She's in our doctoral for her doctorate coming up soon, and we're excited about that. And we're already claiming her doctor, being a doctor here in her own right. You gotta earn it, folks. She's earning it. I can tell you that much. And we've been talking about her wonderful books, her 2 books, guys, Dying to Wake Up, the novel, and Falling in Love with Me, which is once again a mutual enhancement. I love it. Well, we're gonna take a pause for the cause, Audrey. For those who say, hey, I'd like to learn more about your coaching, or invite you for speaking engagements, or learn about those books, how to order them, please give us a little promo about how to get in touch with you.
Well, the best way to get in touch with me, because I am revamping my website. So just go ahead and shoot me an email. The email address is FLYSOAR777@gmail.com. And it will come directly to me. I will personally answer it. And we can talk from there. In fact, I'm about to do a speaking engagement for Amazon in a couple of weeks. So I just love the opportunity to use my gifts and talents.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's gotta be out there, guys. You gotta be on all platforms, all engagements, take those ones that you want and get yourself out there, guys. That's all about exposure. That's our key word now, Dr. Blake, is exposure. You got to expose your talents out there to everybody who's going to allow you, especially when they invite you, you need to show up, right? For sure.
Right, exactly. Show up ready at that. Don't just show up, but show up ready.
Exactly. Amen. I like that. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Power Connections. Hey, our power player today, ladies and gentlemen, and this month is Dr. Audrey M. Blake, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking about her coaching, her wonderful books as well, and of course her doctoral that she's pursuing, and she's already there in her mind and spirit. She's already there. We just got to make sure the world knows that she's finished what she got to do. So it's all good. Guys, I tell you, we are so excited about those that are in healthcare. I think everybody knows there's a tremendous need for good and professional healthcare providers, if you will, in all areas. I've got numerous clients and friends that are in healthcare, and I always take my hats off to them, Dr. Blake, because they're doing a tremendous work trying to keep others together, but also themselves together and their family together. Like you said, everybody's coming to them, and they don't give, nobody's coming for them, necessarily. So thank God, we thank God for you being with us today. Well, Dr.
Especially
Blake,
in light of COVID, in light of COVID, I mean, I have friends that are doctors and nurses and health professionals, and they have been stretched to the limit. And as you say, then you have the mental health crisis in America, and they themselves are dealing with mental health because it's a lot to just continue to serve everybody continually, with short staff. So there's a lot to be done, and your services are needed. If you should be led into the healthcare field, it's definitely a needed field.
Absolutely. Yeah, I talked to a young lady today at one of the stores. She said, I said, what you doing in school? She said, I want to be a doctor. I said, that's great. We need you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so she was excited about making sure that happened in her journey as well. So guys, hey, we're so proud of our healthcare providers all across the globe. We understand, we forget sometimes, Audrey, that you guys are human, man. Human people.
Really,
you're professional, but they're still human, guys. And we just can't dump everything on them, but that's the way it goes because we think they can handle it. And and that's what we have pushed on them over the years. So Yeah, so it's amazing what's happened. But COVID, like you said, has brought to light a lot of things. And
Yes, yes, a lot of the healthcare systems and
yeah,
disparities in our communities.
yeah,
And I didn't mention actually my specialty at Walden with my doctoral is health
yeah,
services,
right.
healthcare services.
Yeah,
I could have done the public health because I have
yeah,
a extensive background in public health, but I wanted to be diverse and be able
right.
to go into the private sector
Yeah,
and look at how services are being rendered and quality health care and
right,
measuring that
right.
care and helping people to access that care.
Yeah, powerful. I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Dr. Audrey M. Blake, ladies and gentlemen, on Power Connections. We're talking to her about her wonderful books, her doctoral, and her coaching as well. We're just excited about her being with us today. Doc, for those who just may be joining us across the network, say, hey, how do I get in touch with the doc? How do I get in touch with her for coaching? I want to have her as a guest on my program. Guys, if there's anybody that's a program, most of you guys have a program. You got a blog talk radio program. You got streaming services. You got StreamYard. You got AirMeet. Anything that's related to a platform, guys, I want you guys to contact Dr. Audrey M. Blake for speaking engagements if she wants to. So you guys can contact her on the network, guys, as well. You guys can contact her through me. Say, hey, forward this to Dr. Blake. I'll make sure she gets that information as well. But Doc, one more time, if you don't mind giving that contact information out for those who maybe just joining us.
Sure. My contact, you can contact me directly via email at the company's email. It's FLYSOAR777 and that's FlySoar777 The company is called Fly and Soar LLC, and we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for that, Doc, on that side. Well, Doc, we want to give you some final thoughts there that you want to share with us. Anything you want to share from your heart, from your wonderful mind as well, and any call to action that you want us to take too as well.
Well, I just been led to say that, we all deal with life. It's not easy. We all have different things. The mind is the thing. Your mindset is the most important thing.
Yeah.
But I also want you to be able to be real with yourself and to check in with yourself often. And because I do it even as a life coach, like there are days when you get up, like, how are you feeling today? Right. And if you're not okay, be able to tell yourself that. It's particularly men, because men strong, our boys. I have 2 young men.
Ain't nothing wrong with me today.
But it's okay to cry. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not okay today, and to seek help for that. If you can't afford help, at least talk to someone you can trust, okay?
Right.
That they can uplift you, because you'd be surprised. Many people are going through the very same things. They just look like they're not going through anything.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I was just writing down some stuff. One of my mentors, Dr. Larry Carnes, Doc, I know you know this already, but everybody should have a mentor. Everybody should have mentors, excuse me. I tell the young people, Doc, that they should have at least 3 mentors towards their degree. Whatever profession they want to get in, find somebody you trust through your family or whatever, whatever you got to do to vent them, and then get them on your side, because they'll help you navigate the journey of life through your profession, whether it's engineering or healthcare or doctorate, being a medical doctor or a pharmacist, whatever it is, find somebody who's in that profession and ask for them to be a mentor. And most of them will, if you're sincere about that. And next of all, you got to have a confidant. Doc just mentioned that too. Dr. Blake just mentioned that. You got to have a confidant. Somebody that you can call them, and 3 o'clock in the morning, start crying if you want to, or start yelling at them, whatever you got to do to release that energy. You got to have a confidant that doesn't have your stuff all over the internet, after you hang up.
Exactly.
You got to have that as well. That's a good friend when that doesn't happen too as well. And last but not least, you got to have a critic. That could be all in one person, but somebody that tells you the truth.
Absolutely.
You got to.
I was just thinking about that. I have one, and sometimes I don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it.
Ends up being right, and I have to come back and say, well, I know you love me.
Absolutely.
From a place of love.
Absolutely, yeah, because I got to have people in my life like that I say, man, if I'm messing up, let me know now. Don't keep it going here. If I did something wrong or said something wrong, let me know so I can correct that problem, man, or whatever it is. So guys, you got to have a mentor or mentors, confidant, and what I call a skeptic, critic that will help you and love you in that. We're not talking about somebody negative, we're just somebody that just tells you the truth. in love, if you will. I'll put it out there for sure.
Have you been talking to my best friend? Because
Yeah,
we just had this conversation last week.
yeah, exactly. That's kind of a standard for professionals nowadays. If you've been in that area, that's one of the three things that anybody should do, no matter what your profession is, even just for the family too, as well. It's pretty powerful. That's great. Well, Doc, any final thought? Any other thing you wanted to say?
I just thank you for having me on your show. I know I was on your show years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just great. We follow each other on Instagram. My Instagram, if anybody wants to follow me, is at the real Audrey M. Blake, because there are a lot of people. There are other people with the name, of course, and other authors who are fictitious author adopted that name. So that's why I put the real Audrey M. Blake.
Oh, I love it. That is so powerful, Dr. Blake. Hey, also too, guys, if you're in movies, film, and theater, give Doc a call. Okay, give her a call so she can interview you guys, and because she got some powerful books that need to go to the big screen, guys. Or as you know, theater's coming back big time, as you know too, after COVID.
Yes.
So, you know, some of these books can go on the theater mode too, as well, with the right director and producer. So, guys, if you're out there, I met some the other night at a networking event, Dr. Blake. So we're going to reach out to them later on and see if they'll read your books and say, hey, yeah, come on, we got a crew, we got a cast, and get you to approve everything and keep it moving, you know. So we're excited.
And I didn't say one thing. The books are available on various platforms, but on Amazon, you know, I'm not just trying to psych up Amazon, but they're both in ebook format and soft cover. So you can easily get them. I'm ordering a bunch of these. They'll be in a couple of weeks. So if you want an autographed copy from me, I'll have one as well.
Fantastic. That's great. And guys, if you want to get in touch with Dr. Blake through me, let me know. Just drop me stuff in the chat or in the message board there. I'll make sure she gets that information as well as you guys request that as well. All right. Well, Dr. Blake, we got to go. We got to get you going here. Appreciate your time today. Wow. God bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, this is Power Connections. You can see why we have her on, right? Because she's a power player, folks. And that's what we do. We go around the country, around the world, looking for speakers and looking for powerful people like Dr. Blake to come on and share what she does. This is a business showcase of Power Connections, where we give information that you guys can use and guys can take to heart, whether it's personal or for business. You can definitely use it as well. I love it. Well, Dr. Blake, as always, thank you so much for your time as well. Appreciate you so much. Let your family know. We thank you so much for allowing you to be with us today. I love it. Amen. Hey, guys, let me leave you with this before we go. Hey, remember to always, always, always outlove, outserve, and outforgive each other. Remember, Jesus is Lord. If anybody needs to talk to me about that, give me a call. We'll talk about that one too as well. Appreciate you so much, guys. Dr. Blake, appreciate your time today. God bless you. Amen. Amen. Take care, everybody. All right. Thank you so much, y'all.